The chamber is open and full of whispers.
Before we dive in, check the link in the description if you want exclusive Timelines members-only videos you won't find on YouTube. All on our Patreon. The observatory sits atop a stone tower. Ancient, weathered by 6 centuries. Inside, Nicolas Flamel, 655 years old. White beard to his waist, eyes bright with ageless intelligence, robes of white and gold, the phoenix crest on his chest. Before him, instruments, alchemical devices tracking ley lines across Europe, crystalline spheres showing magical currents, spinning slowly, peacefully. Then, 11:47 p.m., every instrument explodes, glass shattering, metal warping, energy erupting. Nicholas stumbles back. The ley line map shows Britain, a pulse of dark magic. Soul-rending, violent, crude, catastrophic. The door opens. Perenelle Flamel enters, also 600-plus years old. White hair braided with gold thread. Her eyes glow faintly, occult sight active. Nicholas, what happened? Someone tore their soul in Britain, clumsily. A Horcrux. Worse, an accidental Horcrux. The backlash will echo for decades. He moves to the scrying pool. Water shimmers, shows Godric's Hollow. A cottage, destroyed. 2 bodies inside, James and Lily Potter, and a crying infant. Lightning bolt scar bleeding golden light. The child. The fragment is trying to integrate. Perenelle's expression hardens. Dumbledore will come? Not purity of blood. Nicholas waves his hand. The scrying pool shows a house. Number 4, Privet Drive. Vernon Dursley. Petunia Dursley. Baby Dudley, magic radiating from them like rot, hatred, fear, spite. The blood ward will protect his body, Nicholas says, but it will starve his soul. He stands. I'm going. Dumbledore won't allow it. Dumbledore doesn't command the Philosopher's Stone. He disapparits. Godric's Hollow, midnight. The ruins still smoke. Dark magic lingers in the air. Nicholas appears in the garden, silent, precise. He enters through the blasted wall. Finds the infant, Harry Potter, crying, terrified, bleeding. The scar pulses with stolen soul magic. Nicholas kneels, examines it with alchemical sight. The fragment is crude, torn, unstable, trying to root itself in the child's innocent soul. You carry something that isn't yours, little one, but the elixir will strengthen you until you're ready for extraction. The child quiets immediately, recognizing power, safety, light. Nicholas pulls parchment from his robes, writes, "The boy is safe with those who understand what you have made him carry. He will be raised by those who have mastered death, not those who fear magic. Do not seek him. He is beyond your reach now. N.F." He places it on the rubble, disapparates with Harry. Hagrid arrives 3 minutes later, finds only the note, roars in anguish. November 3rd, 1981, London Granger residence, 2 a.m. Screaming. The Grangers wake, rush to their daughter's room. Hermione, 6 months old, her crib is solid gold. Every bar, every screw, perfectly transmuted. The child gurgles happily, unaware she's performed magic that shouldn't be possible. Mr. Granger grabs the phone, dials emergency services. "My daughter, something's wrong," she. The doorbell rings. Mrs. Granger opens it. Perenelle Flamel stands there, white robes glowing faintly in the dark, eyes seeing through them, reading their souls, their terror, their love. "Your daughter is performing true transmutation. 1 in 10 million wizards can do this. She's not just magical, she's an alchemical savant." The Grangers stare. Who are you?" "I am Perenelle Flamel. I have lived 600 years studying magic. Your daughter will either be raised by ignorant fools who fear her gift, or by those who can teach her to master it." Mrs. Granger looks at the golden crib, at her daughter, smiling, innocent. We don't know how to. I know. That's why I'm here. We'll maintain contact, send letters, allow visits, but she needs training now, before her power destroys what she loves." The Grangers look at each other, fear, desperation, love. Finally, Mr. Granger nods. "Keep her safe, please. I give you my word." Perenelle lifts Hermione. The child reaches for the phoenix crest. Fascinated, "Welcome, little sage. You will learn to speak to the universe itself. Flamel Estate, November 4th, 1981. Dawn. The estate is vast. Gardens arranged in sacred geometry. Ley lines visible as faint golden threads. The tree of life at the center. Ancient. Magical, humming with power. Inside the manor, Nicolas holds Harry. Perenelle holds Hermione. Between them, the Philosopher's Stone, ruby red. Glowing. Singing with alchemical resonance. A vial of elixir, the elixir of life. Diluted, prepared for infants. One drop for Harry. His scar stops bleeding. The golden light recedes inward, the fragment contained. Not removed, waiting. One drop for Hermione. Her eyes flash gold for a moment. Pure alchemical affinity activating. Nicolas speaks. Welcome, little sages. You will never know what it means to fear death or age. Now you will learn what it means to live. 3 days later, Flamel Estate, front door. Dumbledore arrives. Unannounced. He knocks. Nicolas opens the door, stands in the threshold, blocking entry. Albus, Nicolas, you took the boy. I rescued the boy from neglect you were about to sanction. The blood wards will protect his flesh, but starve his soul. I've seen the Dursleys. How? I've lived 655 years, Albus. I know scrying magic you've forgotten existed. Harry must return to his relatives. The protection is overrated. Voldemort is destroyed. He will return. Then we'll be ready. With something better than blood wards. The elixir. Dumbledore goes pale. You gave him the elixir, a child. 2 children, Harry Potter and Hermione Granger. You can't just, they're not yours to. Nicolas steps forward, voice cold, absolute. I am 655 years old. I have original charter status at Gringotts. I have a direct line to the French ministry. I have a letter from the ICW recognizing my guardianship. I have given both children the elixir. They are, legally and magically, my heirs now. You placed Harry with muggles who loathe magic. I have given him immortality and knowledge. You should have moved faster. Dumbledore stares, calculating, realizing he's lost. They're children, Nicolas. They need what I can give them. And you cannot. You're making a mistake. No, you made the mistake. I'm correcting it. Nicolas closes the door. Dumbledore stands alone, powerless. 1983, Flamel Estate Garden, ages 2. Harry and Hermione toddle through the garden, not walking randomly. Following the ley lines, they can see them. Faint golden threads in the grass. Nicolas watches from the terrace. Perenelle beside him, they sense the currents already. The elixir heightens perception. By age 5, they'll read auras. Hermione stops, touches a flower, concentrates. The petals shift from red to gold, imperfect, unstable, but real transmutation. She claps. Delighted, Harry tries. Touches a stone, focuses. The stone cracks. Doesn't transmute, just breaks. He frowns. Patience, little one, Nicolas calls. You're fire. She's structure. Together you're complete. Harry picks up a stick instead, waves it like a wand. Fire erupts from the tip. Wordless, wandless, pure intent. Perenelle smiles. He's instinctive. She's methodical. Perfect balance. 1985 library, ages 4. The library is massive. 3 stories, thousands of books, alchemical texts, magical theory, languages of power. Harry and Hermione sit at a table, quills in hand, writing. Not English, Latin. Their handwriting is perfect. Adult-level precision, the elixir doesn't halt mental development. It perfects it. 0 neural degradation, adult reasoning in child bodies. Nicolas enters. Recite the first principle. Solve et coagula, dissolve and coagulate. To transform matter, first break it to components, then rebuild to perfection. Harry adds, like the phoenix, death and rebirth, not destruction, transformation. Nicolas nods. Good. Now, what is the difference between transfiguration and transmutation? Harry, transfiguration reshapes. Temporary. The matter remembers its original form. Hermione, transmutation changes the fundamental nature. Permanent. The matter I is the new form. And which do we practice? Both? Transmutation? Why? Hermione, Because we speak to the elements' true names, not command them. Invite them to change. Nicolas smiles, pride in his ancient eyes. You understand, most wizards never do. 1987, training grounds, ages 6, first transmutation. Sacred geometry carved into the stone floor. At the center, a transmutation circle. Hermione stands inside. A pebble before her. Nicolas watches. Remember, the pebble doesn't want to be a ruby, but it can be. The atoms are the same. Carbon, pressure, heat, time. You're just rearranging destiny. Hermione closes her eyes, breathes, feels the pebble's atomic structure, speaks. Not English, not Latin. The language of the universe, sounds that aren't words. Resonance, vibration, command. The pebble glows. Red light erupts. When it fades, a ruby. Perfect. Flawless. Permanent. Hermione gasps. Picks it up. I did it. I actually... Nicolas kneels. Hugs her. You did. You spoke to the universe, and it answered. Harry's turn. A pile of sand. He doesn't close his eyes, just stares. Willing, demanding, the sand melts, fuses, becomes glass, clear, smooth, perfect. He grins. That was easier than the stone. Nicolas laughs. Fire is your element. Glass is born from flame. Hermione's is structure. Gems are born from pressure. Hermione reshapes the glass into a sphere. Harry fills it with captured flame. A glowing orb. Perfect synthesis, Nicolas weeps. After 655 years, he's found true heirs. 1989, dueling circle, ages 8. Perenelle stands opposite them. Wand in hand, her occult sight active. Eyes glowing silver white. You will face enemies. Alchemy is not enough. You must be fast, precise, ruthless. She fires. Stupefy. Harry raises his hand. No wand, no staff yet, just will. The spell dissipates against an invisible barrier. Alchemical transmutation. He changed the spell's energy to harmless light mid-flight. Perenelle nods, fires 3 more. Hermione responds. She creates a transmutation circle in the air. Golden light. The spells hit it and transform into flowers. They fall harmlessly. Good, but you're reacting. I want you to predict. She fires again. This time Harry and Hermione move simultaneously. Harry creates fire. Hermione shapes it. A wall of flame between them and Perenelle. Her spell burns away before impact. Better, again. They train. Hours, days, months. By age 9, they can duel Perenelle to a standstill. By age 10, they win half the time. Not through power, through perfect synchronization. 1990 workshop. Ages 9, the staves, the tree of life stands at the estate's heart, ancient beyond measure. Its wood hums with magic. Nicolas approaches with Harry and Hermione. You're ready? For what? Harry asks. To craft your staves, the tools that will channel your will. He touches the tree, speaks in the language. 2 branches separate, fall gently into his hands. He gives 1 to each child. Wands are for those who don't understand the source. But you must learn them to understand what others can do. Your true tools. They spend 6 months carving, learning the wood's nature, inlaying alchemical gold from the Philosopher's stone, inscribing sacred geometry. When finished, Harry's staff, phoenix feather core, fire patterns, Hermione's staff, crystalline core. Geometric precision, they raise them. The staves glow, gold and white light. The estate resonates, ley lines pulse. The children have become alchemists, true masters of transformation. July 1991, Manor Study, the letters 2 owls arrive. Tawny brown, official Hogwarts crests. Letters drop onto the breakfast table. Harry and Hermione open them, read, start laughing. Nicolas looks up from his own correspondence. What amuses you? Hermione holds up the list. They want us to buy a wand, Harry adds. And they want us to buy 1 wand, singular. They laugh harder. Nicolas smiles. You will go. You will learn what modern wizards think magic is, and you will show them what it used to be. Before their limitations, you want us to demonstrate? Hermione asks. No, I want you to educate. There's a difference. Don't humiliate for cruelty's sake. Humiliate to teach. Understood. Perenelle enters. The headmaster will try to control you. Let him try, Hermione says. We have the elixir. We're beyond his reach, just as you are beyond his understanding. Perenelle agrees, but be cautious. Albus is old, clever, manipulative. He'll see you as pieces on his chessboard. Then we'll teach him, Harry says. We're not pieces. We're players. August 1991, Diagon Alley Ollivanders. The wand shop is dusty, cramped. Thousands of boxes stacked to the ceiling. Ollivander emerges from the back. Ancient, unsettling silver eyes. Ah, customers. I wondered when you'd... Their white and gold robes, the phoenix crests, the faint glow around them. You're Flamel's heirs. Yes, Hermione says. You've been drinking the elixir? Then why? Why do you need wands? We don't, Harry says, but Hogwarts requires them. So we're here to humor the requirement. Ollivander pulls boxes, tries wands, one after another after another. 23 wands for Hermione. None react. 17 for Harry. Nothing. Curious. I've never seen this. Hermione interrupts. The wands don't work because we don't need them, Mr. Ollivander. We learned the old way. She gestures. Wandless. Every wand box in the shop glows gold, briefly, then dims. The wands recognizing power, but not claiming it. Ollivander faints, crashes into a pile of boxes. Harry and Hermione exchange looks. Should we help him, he'll wake up. Let's just take 2 wands. Vinewood for Hermione, holly for Harry. The wands work, barely, like using a spoon when you have a forklift. They leave payment. Exit September 1st, 1991, King's Cross Station, platform 9 3/4. The barrier between platforms 9 and 10. Students rushing through, parents saying goodbye, then Harry and Hermione arrive. White and gold robes, matching perfectly the phoenix crest on their backs. Staves in hand, not wands, staves. Carved glowing faintly, every wizard stops. Stares, whispers. Is that? The magic recognizes them. Parts without resistance. Platform 9 3/4. The Hogwarts Express. Scarlet and black, steam hissing, students boarding. More stares, more whispers. They find an empty compartment. Hermione touches the door. An alchemical ward forms. Golden light in geometric patterns. The door seals. Privacy absolute. Ron Weasley tries to enter. Everywhere else is full. Cannot pass. This compartment is reserved, Hermione says through the glass. Not unkind, just factual. Ron's ears burn red. He leaves. Inside, Harry and Hermione sit. Silence. Comfortable, complete. They don't need others. They have each other. Hogwarts, the Great Hall, the sorting. The ceiling shows stars. Floating candles. 4 long tables. Hundreds of students. The staff table at the front. Dumbledore in the center, watching, calculating. McGonagall calls names. Granger, Hermione. The hall goes silent. Every eye turns. Hermione walks to the stool. White and gold robes flowing. The phoenix crest visible. The sorting hat is placed on her head. It screams. Audible. Terrified. What have they made you? Hermione doesn't flinch. The hat continues. Your mind, you've studied for 1,000 lifetimes. Ravenclaw would take you, but you've already surpassed their founders. But you have no ambition. You already stand at the pinnacle. Gryffindor would welcome you, but you have no need for courage. You have certainty. Hufflepuff would love you, but you are not kind. You are just. I have no house for one who has mastered time itself. Silence. Dumbledore stands. The hat must choose. The hat shudders. Then, Ravenclaw. But know this, child, you do not belong to them. They belong to your era now. Hermione removes the hat, walks to the Ravenclaw table. Polite applause. Mostly shock. Potter, Harry. Harry approaches. Same white and gold. Same phoenix crest. Same ancient power. The hat touches his head. Another scream. 2 of them. What is Flamel thinking? You carry a fragment of darkness, but it cowers before your light. You are fire made eternal, transformation incarnate. No house can contain you. But for form's sake, Harry joins Hermione. They sit together. The hall erupts in whispers. At the staff table, Quirrell's turban twitches. Inside, Voldemort probes. tries legilimency, reaches for their minds, encounters alchemical light, burning, searing, pure. The fragment in Quirrell's head recoils, screaming, Who taught these children? Ravenclaw common room. That night, the common room is elegant. Blue and bronze, oak shelves everywhere. The first years try to befriend Harry and Hermione. Where did you get those robes? Are you really Flamel's heirs? How old is he? Yes, 666 years old. Yes, but she and Harry move to a corner. They raise their staves, create privacy wards, silence, invisibility, temperature control, a perfect sanctuary. Inside, Hermione opens a book. Advanced alchemical theory. Harry practices transmutation, turning pebbles to various gems. Ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, perfecting each. They're not here to make friends. They're here to observe, to understand modern wizarding limitations, and eventually to fix them. First week, potions class dungeon. Professor Snape stands at the front. Black robes, black hair, black eyes, radiating contempt. The classroom is cold. Stone walls, dim lighting. Cauldrons bubbling. Snape's gaze fixes on Harry. Potter. Harry looks up. Calm. Unbothered. Tell me, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood? The draught of living death, Professor? And where would you look if I asked you to find me a bezoar? The stomach of a goat, Professor. It cures most poisons. Snape's eye twitches. What is the difference between monkshood and wolfsbane? They're the same plant, Professor, also called aconite. The class is silent. Snape's nostrils flare. Correct. It seems you've read ahead. Actually, Professor, you've made an error in your recipe. Silence. Total. Absolute. Explain. Snape's voice is dangerous. Hermione stands. You're using standard heat for the draught of living death. But the draught requires alchemical cold, the absence of molecular motion. This potion requires their submission to stasis. Snape's hand grips his desk. You dare! We're correcting. Nicolas Flamel invented half the potions in your curriculum. We've studied under him for 10 years. They walk to the front. Hermione draws a transmutation circle on the desk. With chalk, perfect geometry. Harry places their cauldron in the center. They work in tandem. No wands, no staves, pure alchemy. Hermione speaks Latin, dormite, quietus, mortis simulacrum, death's mirror. Harry regulates temperature with will alone. The ingredients respond, not to heat, to command. The potion transforms. Lilac to purple, purple to clear. Ghostly, perfect transparency. 3 minutes. Perfect draught of living death. The class stares. Snape is shaking. How? Harry meets his eyes. We studied under the creator of alchemy, Professor. Would you like us to correct the rest of your recipes, or would you prefer to learn? His authority shattered, his expertise shown as incomplete. He dismisses the class early, sits alone in his classroom, staring at the perfect potion. October 1991. Defense against the dark arts, Quirrell. Professor Quirrell stands at the front, stammering, nervous, turban wrapped tight. Today we will discuss defensive spells against the dark creatures. Harry and Hermione sit in the back, observing. Harry's scar doesn't hurt. The elixir has contained the fragment, strengthened his soul against intrusion. But he can still sense it. The darkness in Quirrell's turban. Voldemort. Parasitic, weak, pathetic. Quirrell glances at them, fear in his eyes. Inside the turban, Voldemort whispers, The Potter boy, he carries my fragment. I should feel the connection, but there's nothing. Just light. How? After class, Quirrell tries to speak to Harry. Mr. Potter, A.W. word. Harry stops. Hermione beside him. Yes, Professor. You're your scar. D, does it ever hurt? No, Professor. The elixir of life has exceptional healing properties. Quirrell's face goes pale. The elixir? Yes. We've been drinking it since infancy. We're functionally immortal, Professor. Did you not know? Quirrell stumbles backward. Inside, Voldemort screams. Immortal? Flamel gave children the elixir. They're beyond my reach, beyond death, beyond... Quirrell faints, crashes into his desk. Harry and Hermione exchange glances. Should we help him? He's possessed by Voldemort's shade. Let him suffer. The Ravenclaw common room is empty. Hermione sits in their warded corner. Books spread before her. Harry sleeps nearby. She's researching. Not for class. For the mission, she's found references to the Philosopher's Stone, supposedly in the school, the Mirror of Erised, a powerful artifact, the third-floor corridor, forbidden. She cross-references. Flamel's letters mentioned testing Dumbledore's security. He thinks we don't know the stone here is fake, a decoy, a test for anyone seeking it, but we should verify. Harry wakes. What did you find? Dumbledore is testing the school. The real stone is with Nicolas in France, so the one here is bait. Quirrell, or whoever he's serving. Harry sits up. Then we let him try, and we stop him when he fails. To demonstrate the difference between us and those who crave power, precisely, December 1991, first flying lesson. Madam Hooch stands on the grounds. Brooms laid out. First years gathered. Now put your hand over your broom and say, up. Students comply. Most brooms wobble. Neville's doesn't move. Ron's hits him in the face. Harry doesn't bother with the command. He raises his hand. The broom flies into it. Wandless, summoning, perfect control. Hermione does the same. Hooch stares. How did you? But it's not impressive to them. They can fly without brooms. Alchemical levitation. Mastered at age 7, this is just going through motions. After 10 minutes, they land. May we be excused, Madam Hooch. We've demonstrated sufficient competence. Hooch, overwhelmed, nods. They walk away, leaving classmates staring. Christmas break, Flamel estate, Harry and Hermione return home. The estate welcomes them. Ley lines pulse brighter. The Tree of Life's leaves glow gold. Nicolas and Perenelle wait at the entrance. Welcome back, little sages. They embrace. Family. True. Complete. That night, they sit before the fire. Nicolas, how is Hogwarts? Harry, limited. They teach wand-waving, not understanding. Hermione, but we're learning their limitations, to better teach them later. Perenelle and Dumbledore, but powerless to control. Nicolas nods. Good. He means well, but he manipulates, treats people as pieces in his grand design. You're not pieces. You're alchemists. You belong to no one's plan but your own. We know, Harry says. You taught us that. Christmas morning, gifts appear. From Nicolas, advanced alchemical texts. From Perenelle, combat training manuals. From the Grangers, letters expressing love and trust. From Dumbledore, a note. The stone is not what you think. The mirror will show you the truth. Use it wisely. A.D. Harry and Hermione read it. Laugh. He still thinks we're children he can guide. Let him think that. We'll use the mirror. On our terms, April 1992, Herbology Greenhouse, demonstrating control. Professor Sprout's greenhouse. First year's learning about venomous tentacula, a dangerous plant, teeth. Venom. Strangulation. Now, these are extremely dangerous. Never approach without dragon hide gloves. Hermione raises her hand. Professor, may I demonstrate something? Sprout hesitates. Miss Granger, these plants are sentient in their way. All life responds to understanding. Hermione approaches the plant. Bare hands, the clasp gasps, the tentaculus strikes, vines lashing out. Hermione speaks the language of the universe, not words, resonance. The plant stops. Mid-strike, the vines quiver, then slowly, gently wrap around her wrist. Not attacking, embracing. Every living thing seeks survival, Hermione says. This plant attacks because it fears being pruned, harvested, hurt, and it responds. She strokes a leaf, the tentacula purrs, an actual purring sound. Sprout's jaw drops. I've worked with these plants for 30 years. They've never does the same fire speech instead of earth speech. The plant responds differently, more vigorous, more alive. Different elements, he explains. I speak fire. Hermione speaks structure. But both languages are understood. The class is silent. Then one student asks, Can you teach us? Not yet, Hermione says. You're learning wand magic first. Then we'll show you what comes before the foundation. May 1992. Charms class, levitation mastery. Professor Flitwick stands on his stack of books. Today we perfect Wingardium Leviosa. The precise wand movement is crucial. He demonstrates. A feather floats. Students practice. Most fail. Some succeed partially. Ron's feather catches fire. Hermione doesn't use her wand. She gestures. Every feather in the classroom rises. Simultaneously, they arrange themselves in a perfect geometric pattern, a three-dimensional mandala, rotating, spinning, dancing. Flitwick's mouth opens. Miss Granger, that's not the spell I taught. No, Professor, it's wandless levitation, mass simultaneous casting. Nicolas Flamel taught us when we were 6. She brings the feathers down gently. Each returns to its desk. Perfect precision. Flitwick removes his hat, wipes his forehead. I've been teaching charms for 40 years, and I've just seen a first-year perform magic I couldn't do myself. Harry speaks quietly. It's not about power, Professor. It's about understanding. Wands channel will through a focus. We've learned to channel will through understanding. Different methods, both valid. Could you show me how you do it? After class, Professor. We'd be happy to. May 1992. Library McGonagall's request. Professor McGonagall finds them in the library. Late evening, they're reading advanced transfiguration texts. 3rd year material, 4th year, 5th year, Mr. Potter, Miss Granger, a word. They look up. Professor. McGonagall sits. Unusual. She never sits with students. You're both exceptional, beyond anything I've seen. But you're disrupting the educational structure. Hermione frowns. How so? Students are questioning why they need wands when you don't. Why they're learning transfiguration when you perform transmutation. You're making them doubt the curriculum. Harry considers. Is that wrong? If the curriculum is insufficient? It's not insufficient, it's foundational. But you skip the foundation and go straight to mastery. We spent 10 years on the foundation, Professor. Just a different foundation, the foundation that existed before wands were invented. McGonagall is silent. Then, Nicolas Flamel. He's training you to replace him. No, Hermione says. He's training us to continue what he started. True magic. Understanding reality itself. But we're not here to replace Hogwarts' teachings. How? By showing what's possible, so the next generation reaches further. McGonagall studies them. You're 11 years old. You sound like you're 40. The elixir perfects physical health, including neural development. We think like adults because our brains function at peak efficiency. But we still feel like children. We still play. We still learn. Accelerated. AI, McGonagall stands. I'll speak to the headmaster about integrating your knowledge into advanced courses. But please, try not to make the other students feel inadequate. We'll be more subtle, Professor. She leaves. Hermione turns to Harry. We're changing things already, just by existing. Good. That's why we're here. May 1992, 3rd floor corridor. The Mirror of Erised late night. Harry and Hermione walk the forbidden corridor, invisible under alchemical cloaking. Not an invisibility cloak, actual light refraction. They approach Fluffy's door. The three-headed dog, supposedly vicious. Harry reaches out, touches the door, speaks to the wood, asks it to open silently. The door complies. Inside, Fluffy, massive, snarling. 3 heads, 6 eyes, teeth like swords. Hermione pulls out a small flute, carved from silver, alchemically enhanced. She plays. Not music, harmonic resonance, the exact frequency that matches Fluffy's neural patterns. Sleep, peace, dreams all 3 heads lower. The great dog slumbers. They descend through the trapdoor, the trials. Detailed, Chamber 1, Devil's Snare. The plant writhes, reaches, grasps, trying to strangle them. Hermione kneels, touches a vine, speaks the language. You are darkness-loving, we bring you transformation. She transmutes the plant's nature from devil's snare to thornless roses, permanent change. The roses blue, release them, they continue. Chamber 2, the flying keys. Hundreds of keys, wings fluttering, 1 door, 1 correct key. Harry doesn't search, he raises his hand. Calls to metal, all the keys stop flying. Hover, arrange themselves by size. The largest floats forward. Presence itself. Thank you, Harry says. Unlocks the door. Chamber 3, the chess set. Giant pieces, aggressive. Hermione approaches the White Queen, examines it with alchemical sight. Enchanted stone, given false life. We can give you true choice. She touches the queen, transmutes the enchantment, from compulsion to autonomy. The queen blinks, stone becoming conscious. Yes, let us pass. Or don't, but choose freely, the queen considers. Then gestures, all pieces step aside. The path clears. Go, with our blessing. Chamber 4, the troll, already unconscious. Someone else dealt with it, probably Quirrell earlier. They step over it. Continue. Chamber 5, the potion logic. 7 bottles. Riddle in verse. Hermione reads it, solves it in seconds, but doesn't take the potion. This is Snape's test. Clever, but unnecessary for us. She transmutes the fire blocking the door. From flame to mist, they walk through into the final chamber, the mirror chamber extended. The room is vast. Circular, high ceiling, the mirror of Urized at the center, tall as 3 men, ornate gold frame, inscription at top, Arised straw eru oit, ube kafru oit unwosi. Harry approaches, looks into the mirror, sees himself. Age 25, physically prime, white and gold robes, the phoenix crest, standing in a great hall, not Hogwarts, something grander. Students around him, hundreds, all ages, all backgrounds, learning, growing, transforming. Hermione beside him, equally aged, equally powerful, teaching, guiding, free. Behind them, Nicolas and Perenelle, not dead, still alive, still teaching, the elixir sustaining them all. The world outside the windows is transformed. Magic and science united, wizards and muggles cooperating. Disease cured, poverty ended, knowledge shared. The alchemical dream realized. Harry smiles. My deepest desire, a world transformed through understanding. Hermione looks, sees the exact same vision, their desires perfectly aligned. Mirror twins, she whispers. Even in our dreams, we're going to build this, Mia. I know we are, Ash. Footsteps. They turn. Quirrell enters, wand raised. Turban askew, the stone. Give it to me. Harry remains calm. The stone isn't here, Professor. You're lying. The mirror is a test, a decoy. The real Philosopher's Stone is in France, in Nicolas Flamel's vault. This is Dumbledore testing who would seek it. Quirrell's face contorts. His turban shifts. Voldemort's voice emerges, weak, hissing, desperate. Let me speak to them. Reveals the second face, on the back of his skull. Pale, noseless, red-eyed, Voldemort's shade. Parasitic, pathetic, Harry and Hermione stare. Completely unimpressed, Tom Riddle, Hermione says. Clinical, cold, the failed alchemist. You sought immortality through Horcruxes, damaging yourself irreparably, destroying your humanity for mere survival. Voldemort's eyes narrow. I am immortal. No, Harry says. You're a parasite, clinging to half-life, to broken existence. We've mastered the elixir of life, the true path. We don't survive, we transcend. We don't fear death, we've conquered it. You're a cautionary tale, Tom, nothing more. Voldemort snarls. You carry my Horcrux, Potter. You're mine! Harry touches his scar. This fragment you accidentally created, waiting for extraction. The elixir strengthens my soul faster than your fragment can corrupt it. You have no hold over me, lies. I can feel, you feel nothing, because I've learned occlumency. Perenelle Flamel taught me when I was 7. Your legilimency is useless. Quirrell raises his wand. Then I'll take what I need by force. Avada, Harry and Hermione raise their staves, simultaneously. Perfect coordination. Alchemical light erupts. Not fire, not lightning, pure prismatic radiance. The light of transformation, of life, of perfection, of understanding. 7 colors blending into white. The chamber floods with brilliance. Voldemort screams. His shade cannot withstand it. Light is the opposite of his darkness. Purity burns corruption. Understanding destroys ignorance. Quirrell's body begins to burn, not with flame, with purification. His flesh, corrupted by hosting Voldemort, cannot hold. Smoke rises. Ash forms. He tries to run. Collapses. The shade detaches. Tries to flee. Harry speaks a single word. In the language of the universe, dissipate, the shade fragments, scatters, not destroyed. Voldemort's other Horcruxes keep him tethered, but banished, wounded, weakened. The chamber falls silent. Quirrell's body is ash. The turban burns away. Nothing remains. Hermione lowers her staff. He chose to host a monster. The monster consumed him. His choice. His consequence. The door opens. Dumbledore enters. Flowing robes, long beard, concerned expression. You faced him alone? Hermione turns. Cold. Factual. No, Headmaster. We faced a sad old man clinging to broken existence. He lost the moment he chose survival over transformation. Harry adds, Horcruxes are abomination. Tearing the soul for immortality, the elixir is perfection, strengthening the soul, not fracturing it. Tom Riddle could have learned alchemy. Instead he chose darkness. His failure, not ours to mourn. You're 11 years old. You sound like ancients. We've studied under someone who is ancient, Headmaster, and we've drunk the elixir since infancy. Our bodies are 11. Our minds are more. Dumbledore sighs. The stone in the mirror. You knew it was fake. Quirrell failed. We succeeded by not wanting it. Now, if you'll excuse us, Headmaster, we have end-of-year exams tomorrow. They walk past him, leaving Dumbledore alone in the chamber, staring at Ash, realizing fully these children are beyond his guidance, beyond his manipulation, beyond his grand design. They're alchemists, trained by 666 years of wisdom, and they've just demonstrated that true immortality trumps stolen half-life every single time. June 1992, end-of-year feast. The Great Hall is decorated. Ravenclaw colors, blue and bronze. They won the House Cup thanks to Harry and Hermione's perfect marks. Dumbledore stands. Another year gone. And what a year it has been. I'm pleased to award the House Cup to Ravenclaw. For academic excellence, for courage, for wisdom, polite applause. The Ravenclaw table cheers, but Harry and Hermione sit quietly. They don't care about house points, don't care about competitions. They came to observe, to learn modern magic's limitations. And they succeeded. After the feast, Dumbledore calls them to his office. Dumbledore's office, the reckoning the office is circular. Portraits of past headmasters line the walls. Trinkets everywhere. Silver instruments spinning. Fawkes the Phoenix on his perch. Dumbledore sits behind his desk. Harry and Hermione stand before him. Calm. Unbothered. Please, sit. We prefer to stand, Headmaster. Dumbledore studies them. You've disrupted Hogwarts significantly this year. Have we? Hermione asks. Or have we simply demonstrated possibilities? You've made students question their education. Good, Harry says. Education should be questioned. Stagnation comes from blind acceptance. You sound like Nicolas. Of course we do. Dumbledore leans back. I knew Nicolas centuries ago. Brilliant, wise, but isolated. He withdrew from the world, focused only on his stone. He's rejoined it now, through us. Is that wise? Children with such power? Hermione's eyes flash. We've had this power since we were infants, Headmaster. The elixir doesn't corrupt, it perfects. We're not dark wizards in training, we're alchemists. There's a difference, is there? Power corrupts, power reveals. Tom Riddle was corrupt before he gained power. Power just revealed it. We were raised with love, knowledge, and purpose. Power reveals that too. Dumbledore is silent. Then, what do you want, Harry, Hermione? Long term? Yes. Hermione speaks. To transform magical education, to unite alchemy and modern magic. To end the separation between wizards and muggles. To cure diseases, to extend life, to share knowledge. To build what Nicolas showed us in books. A better world. Through alchemy, through understanding, Harry says. Alchemy is just one tool, but it's the foundation. Before the Statute of Secrecy, before division, magic was about transformation, understanding, growth. We want to return to that, while keeping modern discoveries. Dumbledore nods slowly. Noble goals, but you're 11. We have centuries, Headmaster. We can afford to be patient. And we'll start by completing our education here. Learning what you teach, mastering it, transcending it. then teaching others. Dumbledore smiles, sad, knowing. I'm old, children. I've seen many promising young wizards. Most fail, not from lack of power, from lack of wisdom. But you have wisdom beyond your years, because Nicolas gave it to you, along with the elixir. Yes, then I hope you succeed where I failed. I hope you build the world I couldn't. He stands. You're dismissed. Have a good summer. They turn to leave. At the door, Harry pauses. Headmaster, one more thing. Yes? Thank you for trying to protect me by placing me with the Dursleys. But Nicholas's path was better. I see that now. I hope someday you will too. They leave. Dumbledore sits. Alone. Fawkes trills softly. Yes, Fawkes. They're remarkable in the best possible way. The future belongs to them now. I just hope I live to see what they build. September 1992. Hogwarts Express, Year 2. The Scarlet train steams north. Harry and Hermione sit in their compartment. Alchemical wards active. Privacy. Silence. Temperature control. They're reading. Advanced texts on soul magic. Hermione turns a page. The extraction ritual requires 3 participants. Nicolas as separator, Perenelle as anchor, and me as mirror. Harry nods. Year 3. When I'm 13. My soul will be strong enough. Until then, the fragment stays contained. Does it bother you, knowing it's there? No. The elixir strengthens my soul faster than it can corrupt. It's like a splinter. Annoying, but manageable. The train slows. Approaching Hogwarts, outside, the lake gleams. The castle rises, ancient. Majestic, they feel the ley lines beneath it. Pulsing. Strong. Older than the castle itself. Another year, Hermione says. Another year of demonstrations. And learning. Don't forget learning. What could Hogwarts possibly teach us that Nicolas hasn't? Harry smiles. Human nature. Politics. How ignorance perpetuates itself. We'll need to understand that, to fix it later. October 1992. Corridor, the writing on the wall. Harry and Hermione walk the second-floor corridor. Late evening. Then they see it, written in blood. Dripping. Fresh. Red. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. Below the message, Mrs. Norris, Filch's cat, petrified, rigid, eyes wide, students gather, whispering, terrified. Dumbledore arrives, McGonagall, Snape, the staff. Dumbledore examines the cat, petrified, not dead, but the chamber. Harry and Hermione approach, study the writing with alchemical sight. Rooster blood, Hermione says, not human, and the petrification is basilisk caused. Snape turns. How do you know about basilisks, Miss Granger? We've read the Monster Book of Monsters, Advanced Creature Studies. A basilisk's gaze kills instantly, but indirect gaze petrifies. Mrs. Norris saw the creature's reflection in water or glass. Dumbledore's eyes narrow. The Chamber of Secrets is a legend. No, Harry interrupts. It's real. Salazar Slytherin built it before he left Hogwarts, and he left a creature inside to purge the school of Muggleborns. A basilisk. The crowd erupts. Fear, panic, denial. McGonagall raises her hands. Everyone to their common rooms. Now, how do you know this? Nicolas Flamel was alive when Slytherin left Hogwarts, Hermione says. He knows the true history, not the sanitized version. The chamber exists, and someone has opened it. Do you know who? No, but we'll find out. November 1992. Moaning Myrtle's bathroom, the discovery Harry and Hermione stand before the sink. Examining it with alchemical sight, Hermione finds it first. Here, a serpent carved into the tap. And the magic around it is ancient, Slytherin era. Harry leans closer, sees the serpent, speaks. In Parseltongue, the language of snakes. A remnant of Voldemort's Horcrux fragment. Temporary, will fade after extraction, but useful now. Open. The sink moves, slides aside, reveals a pipe, large, dark, leading down into the earth. The entrance. Hermione whispers, we go down, find the basilisk, cure it. It's a 1,000-year-old murder weapon. It's a corrupted creature, enslaved by Slytherin's dark magic. We can fix that. They descend. The Chamber of Secrets, the basilisk. The chamber is vast. Stone pillars rising to a ceiling shrouded in shadow, serpent carvings everywhere, water on the floor, ankle deep. At the far end, a statue of Salazar Slytherin, massive, ancient, stern. Harry speaks again, parcel tongue. Come forth, guardian of Slytherin. The statue's mouth opens. A hissing sound, getting louder, closer. The basilisk emerges. 60 feet of serpent, green scales, yellow eyes, fangs like swords. The king of serpents, Harry and Hermione, close their eyes immediately. The gaze kills. Even alchemists aren't immune to instant death. The basilisk speaks, in parcel tongue. Who dares enter my domain? We are not enemies, Great One. We come to free you. Free me. I am the guardian. I serve the air. You were enslaved, corrupted by dark magic, forced to kill. Return you to your true nature. The basilisk pauses. You can do this? We are alchemists, trained by Nicolas Flamel. We transform corruption into purity. Show me. Hermione steps forward, eyes still closed. She reaches out with alchemical sight, not her eyes, her other sight, Perenelle's gift. Seeing souls, auras, curses, she perceives the basilisk's true form, beneath the corruption. A noble creature, twisted by 1,000 years of dark commands. Its venom sac is wrong, poisoned by malicious enchantments. That's why the venom kills instead of heals. All serpent venom has medicinal properties, but this is corrupted. Harry, the venom sac. Dark magic has inverted its nature. Can we fix it? Yes, but it will take days. She addresses the basilisk, still in parcel tongue, through Harry. Great One, we need your trust. We will work on you for 3 days, removing the dark magic. It will be painful, but you will emerge free. If you lie, I will kill you. If we fail, you may try. Then, proceed. 3 days in the chamber, day 1. They set up a transmutation circle, 40 feet across. Drawn in alchemical silver, the basilisk coils inside it. Hermione begins the extraction, speaking the language of the universe. Not commanding, inviting. We ask the dark magic to separate, to release, to dissolve. Harry channels power through his staff. The Philosopher's Stone's resonance. Nicolas gave them a fragment, a sliver. Enough for this, the basilisk writhes. The dark magic fights, doesn't want to leave. Has been integrated for a millennium, but alchemy is patient, persistent, irresistible. Day 2, the venom sac begins to change. From corrupted black to natural green, the basilisk screams, pain beyond measure, but it endures, trusting them, hoping for freedom. Hermione doesn't stop. She's been awake for 40 hours. The elixir prevents exhaustion. Perfect cellular function, no fatigue, no mistakes. Harry supports her, maintaining the circle, stabilizing the energies. They work as one. Day 3, the final dark enchantment breaks. Dissolves into the ley lines, the basilisk shudders, then relaxes. The venom sac is pure, green, natural, medicinal. Its eyes lose the killing glow, become merely dangerous, not instantly lethal. The transformation is complete. It is done, Harry says. Feels its own nature, clarity for the first time in 1,000 years. I am myself again. What would you have me do, liberators? Choose your own path. Stay and guard the castle freely, or leave. Live in the wild. Hunt. Thrive. The basilisk considers. I will stay, this is my home, but I will guard all students, not just purebloods. And my venom, you may harvest it. For healing. Thank you, Great One. They extract venom carefully, fill crystal vials, enough for 100 potions. Phoenix tears can heal, but basilisk venom can cure. Diseases, curses, corruption, a gift beyond measure. December 1992, Dumbledore's office. The revelation Dumbledore sits behind his desk. Harry and Hermione stand before him. Between them, a vial of venom. Green, glowing faintly. You found the chamber, Dumbledore says. Not a question. Yes, and the basilisk. Cured, freed from Slytherin's corruption. It guards the school now. By choice. Dumbledore picks up the vial, studies it, This venom should be black, lethal to touch. It was. We purified it. Alchemical transmutation. Now it heals instead of kills. Dumbledore sets the vial down. Carefully. You've done in 3 days what I couldn't do in 50 years as headmaster. You're not an alchemist, headmaster. We are. Someone with parcel tongue, or an object imbued with it. We'll find them eventually, but the immediate threat is neutralized. Dumbledore nods. The school is safe, thanks to you, not thanks to us. Thanks to Nicolas Flamel's training. We're just applying what we've learned. February 1993. The diary discovery: Ginny Weasley collapses in the corridor. Pale, unconscious, cold, students scream. McGonagall arrives. Dumbledore, the staff. Harry and Hermione examine her, with alchemical sight. Hermione gasps, "Her soul! It's being drained." By what? She searches Ginny's robes, finds a diary, black leather, no name. Opens it, blank pages. But the magical signature is dark, familiar. This is Tom Riddle's diary, from 50 years ago. And it's alive. Harry takes it, feels the magic, Horcrux, a fragment of Voldemort's soul, just like the one in his scar, but external, contained in an object. It's possessing her, training her life to become corporeal. We need to destroy it, not destroy, dissolve. Hermione draws her staff. Basilisk venom would destroy it, but that's crude. We have a better way. They place the diary in a transmutation circle, right there in the corridor. Students watch, staff watch. Harry and Hermione work together, speaking the language, not destruction, separation, the soul fragment from the object. The diary shrieks, a sound only they can hear. Soul scream, the fragment tries to resist. Digs deeper into the diary's pages. But alchemy is patient, it takes an hour. Students watching in silence. Finally, the fragment emerges. A wisp of dark smoke, Tom Riddle's memory. 16 years old, furious. You're interfering with. Hermione speaks a single word in the language of the universe. Dissipate. Dissolves, returns to the ley lines. The diary crumbles to ash. Ginny gasps, wakes. What happened? Harry kneels beside her. You were possessed by a dark object. We freed you. She starts crying. Relief, terror, gratitude. Dumbledore approaches, examines the ash. A Horcrux. Tom Riddle made a Horcrux in his 6th year. And you dissolved it. Without destroying the container was irrelevant. We separated the soul fragment and unmade it. Alchemy doesn't destroy, it transforms. Dumbledore looks at them, a long measuring look. You're the most dangerous students I've ever taught, and the most necessary. June 1993, end of year 2. Ravenclaw wins the House Cup again. Harry and Hermione's perfect marks. They're revolutionary demonstrations, but they don't care. They're planning. Year 3 approaches. Harry will turn 13, old enough for the extraction. The Horcrux in his scar. It's time to be free. Summer 1993, Flamel estate preparation. The estate is peaceful. Gardens in full bloom. Ley lines humming. Harry and Hermione walk with Nicolas through the sacred geometry paths. Year 3, Nicolas says. The extraction. I'm ready, Harry says. Your soul is strong. The elixir has fortified it for 12 years. But the ritual is dangerous. The fragment will fight. It doesn't want to die. It won't die. We'll dissolve it. Like Riddle's diary. Nicolas smiles. You learned well from that experience. Perenelle will anchor your soul. I will separate the fragment. And Hermione will mirror your true nature, so we know what to preserve. When? Hermione asks. December, winter solstice, when the ley lines are strongest. We'll have 6 months to prepare. July 1993, Gringotts, the Flamel Vault. They apparate to Diagon Alley. Enter Gringotts, the Marble Hall. Goblin tellers, high ceiling. Nicolas approaches the head goblin. Ragnarok, I require access to my vault. The goblin looks up. Ancient eyes, sharp, calculating. Lord Flamel, it has been 20 years since your last visit. I've been occupied, but my heirs need to see their inheritance. Ragnarok's eyes shift to Harry and Hermione. These are your heirs. Yes, Harry Potter Flamel, Hermione Granger Flamel. They do. Ragnarok nods slowly. Then they have access to all charter privileges, including vault sovereignty, financial audits, and emergency protocols. But today, just the vault. They descend, the cart plunges into darkness. Down, down, down. Past the newer vaults, past the ancient family vaults, to the deepest level where the original charterers keep their treasures. The cart stops, a massive door, gold and platinum engraved with alchemical symbols. The phoenix, the Ouroboros, the Philosopher's stone. Nicolas places his hand on it. The door opens. Inside, wealth beyond measure. But not just gold. Books, artifacts, alchemical tools, 6 centuries of accumulated knowledge. Harry and Hermione stare. This is yours now, Nicolas says. Not the gold. That's trivial. I can make more. Use it wisely. Hermione picks up a book, the Emerald Tablet Original Translation, written by Hermes Trismegistus himself. 3,000 years old. This is priceless. Everything here is priceless, and it's yours. Harry sees a sword, hanging on the wall, silver blade, alchemical runes. What's this? A blade I forged in 1382. The same year I created the stone. It can cut through any enchantment, any curse, any magic. Take it. You may need it someday. Harry lifts the sword. Perfect balance. Light as a feather, but he feels its power. Thank you, Nicolas. Thank your dedication. You've earned everything here. August 1993. Preparation for Sirius Black escapes Azkaban. Harry reads it. Calm, unbothered. Sirius Black, my godfather, falsely imprisoned, Hermione adds. Peter Pettigrew is the real traitor. We should find him. How? Hermione smiles. Alchemical tracking, we create a detection array for animagi, unregistered ones. They spend a week building it, a massive transmutation circle in the estate, powered by the Philosopher's Stone, tuned to detect magical signatures. When activated, the circle glows, shows Britain, 34 dots. Unregistered animagi. 7 are registered, 27 are not. They filter by magical signature. Weak magic, rat form, male, age 35 to 40. 1 dot remains. At Hogwarts, in the Gryffindor dormitory, Scabbers. Hermione whispers. Ron Weasley's rat. That's Peter Pettigrew. We'll catch him when we return to school. September 1993, Hogwarts Express, Year 3. The train rolls north. Harry and Hermione sit in their compartment. Planning. We expose Pettigrew. Free Sirius. Then we use Sirius's political weight and our Gringotts charter to destroy the Malfoys. A knock on the compartment door. The ward doesn't stop it. This isn't a student. Remus Lupin enters. New defense against the dark arts professor. Shabby robes. Tired eyes. Kind face. Mind if I sit? Studies them. You're Nicolas Flamel's heirs? You know Nicolas? Every defense professor does. He's lived through every Dark Lord in history and outlived them all. A useful perspective. Lupin smiles. You're not like other students. No, we've been drinking the elixir of life since infancy. We're functionally immortal, Professor, and we've been trained in alchemy for 12 years. Lupin's eyes widen. The elixir. As children, Nicolas believes immortality should be earned through wisdom, not stolen through murder. Like Voldemort's Horcruxes, Lupin flinches at the name. You know about Horcruxes? Tom Riddle's diary, and we'll dissolve the others eventually. All 7. Lupin leans back. You're terrifying children. We're not children, Professor. Not really. Our bodies are 12. Our minds are more. I believe you. October 1993. Gryffindor Common Room. The Confrontation. Harry and Hermione enter. Not their common room. But no one stops them. They've earned fear respect. Ron Weasley sits by the fire, Scabbers on his shoulder. The rat, missing a toe. Harry approaches. Ron, we need your rat. What? Why? Because it's not a rat. It's an animagus. That's ridiculous. Scabbers is. Hermione raises her staff. Speaks, in the language of the universe. Forced transformation. The rat convulses. Falls from Ron's shoulder. Grows. Shifts changes. becomes a man, middle-aged, balding, watery eyes, missing a finger. Peter Pettigrew. The Gryffindors scream. Ron stumbles backward. What? How? Hermione gestures. Alchemical binding. He freezes. Cannot move. We're taking you to the Ministry. And we're bringing Sirius Black home. October 1993, Ministry of Magic, the Trial of the Wizengamot Chamber. 50 members, ancient seats. Dumbledore presides as Chief Warlock. Pettigrew sits in the accused chair, bound by magic. Veritaserum administered. 3 drops. His eyes glaze. Truth compulsion. Did you betray James and Lily Potter to Voldemort? Yes. Flat. Emotionless. The chamber erupts. Gasps. Shouts. Denial. Did you kill 12 muggles? Yes. Did you frame Sirius Black? Yes. Why? I was afraid. Voldemort was too powerful. I wanted to survive. Dumbledore bangs his gavel. Sirius Black is innocent. Bring him from Azkaban immediately. 2 days later, Grimmauld Place. Sirius Black sits in his family home, free, cleared, thin, haunted, but alive. Harry stands before him. Sirius, my godfather. Sirius looks up, sees James's eyes. Lily's face breaks down crying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you. Harry kneels. You didn't fail. Peter did, and now he'll pay. 20 years in Azkaban, but we need you for something else. Anything. Reclaim your seat on the Wizengamot, and help us destroy Lucius Malfoy. Sirius's eyes harden. Malfoy, that Death Eater filth, claimed Imperius. Bought his freedom. Not anymore. 1993 Gringotts. The audit. Nicolas Flamel, Harry, Hermione, and Sirius. They sit across from Ragnarok, the head goblin. We invoke original charter rights, Nicolas says, to demand a full financial audit of the Malfoy family vault. Ragnarok's eyes gleam. Goblins love exposing wizard corruption. On what grounds? Suspected Death Eater funding during the First War? The charter allows us to trace gold spent on dark activities. Ragnarok nods. The audit will take 1 week. We have time. 1 week later, the results. Ragnarok presents a ledger. Thick, detailed, damning. Lucius Malfoy's vault activity 1970 to 1981. 43,000 galleons transferred to confirmed Death Eaters. 120,000 galleons spent on illegal dark artifacts. 89,000 galleons paid to ministry officials for legal protections. And here, he turns a page. Personal vault access during the war. 47 withdrawals, all made by Lucius Malfoy himself. If he was under Imperius, how did he remember his vault password? Sirius grins. Feral. Triumphant. We have him. December 1993. Wizengamot trial. The Malfoy fall. Lucius Malfoy sits in the accused chair, confident, smirking. He's bribed half the chamber. Then Nicolas Flamel enters. His first public appearance in a century. 666 years old. White robes. Phoenix crest. Radiating power. The chamber falls silent. Lord Flamel, Dumbledore says, shocked. Chief Warlock, I invoke original charter rights to present evidence. This is a complete financial audit of the Malfoy vault conducted by Gringotts at my request. It proves Death Eater funding, dark artifact purchases, ministry bribes. You can't just... I hold an original charter from 1474, Nicolas says. Voice calm, absolute. I have rights that predate your family, your title, your wealth, and these rights include financial audits. The evidence is admissible. Dumbledore reviews the ledger. His face grows grim. This is damning. Lucius Malfoy, you claimed Imperius as your defense, but this ledger shows you personally accessed your vault 47 times during the war. How do you explain that? Closes it. No answer. Hermione speaks from the gallery. He can't explain it. Because he was never under Imperius. He was a willing Death Eater who bought his freedom. The chamber erupts, shouting, accusations, chaos. Dumbledore bangs his gavel. Order! Order! The vote is called. Lucius Malfoy, guilty of Death Eater activity. Sentence, 20 years in Azkaban. Assets, seized, distributed to war victims. The Malfoy seat on the Wizengamot, Revoked, Lucius is dragged away, screaming, cursing, broken. His political power gone. His wealth gone. His legacy destroyed. Harry and Hermione watch. Satisfaction. Not cruelty, justice. Sirius approaches. Thank you for giving me this. You earned it, Sirius, by surviving, by staying loyal. What now? Now we prepare for the extraction ritual. Winter solstice. 3 weeks. December 21st, 1993. Flamel Estate, the ritual chamber. The chamber is vast. Underground. Carved from living stone. A transmutation circle dominates the floor, 40 feet across. Alchemical silver inlaid with gold from the Philosopher's stone. Sacred geometry, perfect, precise. The stone itself at the center. Ruby red, glowing, pulsing, singing. A harmonic resonance felt in bones. 13 candles arranged around the circle, each representing a stage of the magnum opus: calcination, dissolution, separation, conjunction, fermentation, distillation, coagulation, and 6 more. The complete alchemical transformation. Harry stands in the circle's center. Age 13, shirtless, vulnerable, the lightning scar visible on his forehead. Pulsing with dark light, the fragment sensing danger, trying to dig deeper. Nicolas stands at the eastern point, white and gold robes flowing, staff in hand, the original staff, carved from the Tree of Life in 1350. Perenelle at the western point, her eyes already glowing silver-white, occult sight fully active, seeing through veils, through flesh, through reality itself. Hermione at the southern point, her staff raised, creating Harry's mirror, a perfect reflection of his true soul. So they know what to preserve, what to separate. Sirius watches from outside the circle, Remus beside him, both invited, both trusted, both here to witness. Nicolas speaks. We begin the separatio, the separation of the pure from the impure. Harry, you must remain conscious, aware. Focus on who you are, not what you carry. Harry nods. I'm ready. The extraction, stage 1, identification. Nicolas raises his staff, channels the stone's power. Alchemical light floods the circle, white, pure, containing all colors, blinding to normal eyes. But Harry sees it clearly. The elixir has perfected his vision. Perenelle enters his mind, her consciousness sliding into his, not forceful, invited, gentle, careful. She navigates his mental landscape. Surface thoughts, recent memories, the basilisk healing, the Malfoy trial, Hermione's laughter, Nicolas's teachings, deeper, past conscious thought into the subconscious, dreams, fears, hopes deeper still. To the soul itself, the core of Harry's being, she sees it. Brilliant, golden, strong, shaped like a flame, rising, growing, eternal. The elixir's influence visible, threads of silver white woven through, strengthening, perfecting, and coiled around the flame's base, the fragment, Voldemort's soul. Dark, oily, parasitic, like a serpent wrapped around the sun, trying to choke it, to claim it. I see it, Perenelle says. Her voice echoes through the chamber, through Harry's mind, through the ley lines themselves, coiled at the base. Behind the scar, Riddle's hatred and fear made solid, his final moment of terror before the curse rebounded. It's fighting, trying to dig deeper. Sensing the threat, Hermione's voice responds. Clear, strong, analytical. I have Harry's mirror, his true nature without the fragment. She shows them, projects it into the ritual space, a second flame, identical to Harry's soul, but without the darkness, pure, untainted, perfect. This is what Harry should be, without Voldemort's corruption. The reference point, the goal, perfect, Nicolas says. Begin stage 2. Stage 2, isolation. Nicolas channels more power. The alchemical light intensifies, focuses into a blade, not physical, sharper than any metal, finer than any molecule. He begins cutting, between Harry's soul and the fragment. Separating the intertwined energies, Harry screams. The pain is beyond description, like his very essence is being torn apart, burned, frozen, shattered. All simultaneously, Sirius lunges forward. Stop! You're killing him! Remus holds him back. Trust them. They know what they're doing. Inside Harry's mind, the fragment fights. It's been here for 13 years. Integrated, rooted, parasitic. It doesn't want to leave. It grabs onto Harry's emotions. Fear, what if I die during this? Anger, Voldemort did this to me. Took my parents, my childhood. Resentment, why me? Why did I have to carry this? The fragment feeds on these. Grows stronger. Digs deeper. But Harry knows this trick. Nicolas prepared him. He shifts focus. Away from negative emotions. To positive memories the memory anchors. Age 2. Nicolas reading to him and Hermione. Ancient alchemical texts simplified for children. The warmth of the fire. The safety of being loved. Age 5. Hermione transmuting her first ruby. Her eyes glowing gold. Pure joy on her face. Their shared triumph. Age 7. Perenelle teaching them to duel. Her fierce pride when they succeeded. The knowledge they were valued. Cherished. Age 10. Creating their staves from the tree of life. The wood singing under their hands. Becoming extensions of themselves. Nicolas's tears of pride. These memories are core. Fundamental to who Harry is. The fragment can't touch them. Can't corrupt love and joy. Can only feed on fear and hate. The fragment's grip loosens. Just slightly. But enough. Nicolas cuts deeper. The blade of alchemical light. Separating soul from soul. Thread by thread, atom by atom, Harry's screams continue, but he doesn't falter. Doesn't lose focus. Hermione's voice. You're doing it, Harry. Stay with us. You're not the darkness. You're the light. You're Harry Flamel. Alchemist, heir, brother. You're mine, and I'm yours. And nothing changes that. Her words anchor him. Give him strength. The cutting continues. Stage 3. Extraction. The fragment is isolated now, separated from Harry's soul. But still inside his mind. Still dangerous, still fighting. Nicolas begins the extraction, pulling the fragment out, through layers of consciousness, like removing a splinter, except the splinter is screaming and made of corrupted soul magic. The fragment tries every trick, mimics Harry's voice. Please stop, you're killing me. Mimics his mother's voice. Harry, darling, let it stay. It's part of you now. Abort the ritual. But Perenelle sees through it. Her occult sight shows the truth. The source of each voice? Lies. All lies. Ignore them. Nicolas pulls harder. The fragment emerges. Slowly, agonizingly like ink separating from water. Black smoke rising from clear liquid. It takes form. Inside the crystal vessel prepared for it. A writhing shadow, barely humanoid. Tom Riddle's face, 16 years old, twisted, hateful, terrified, screaming. No, I won't die, I won't go back to nothing. I am Lord Voldemort, I am immortal. You can't destroy me. Hermione seals the vessel. Alchemical bonds. Unbreakable, the fragment writhes inside, throwing itself against the crystal, again, again, again. Futile. We're not destroying you, Tom, Nicolas says, voice cold, clinical. We're unmaking you, returning you to the universe, as you should have been 13 years ago. Stage 4, dissolution. Nicolas approaches the vessel, raises his staff. The Philosopher's Stone's power flows through it. Alchemical light, not fire, not lightning, not force. Pure transformative radiance. The light enters the crystal. The fragment screams, a sound that exists beyond normal hearing. Soul scream, audible to anyone with magical sensitivity. The fragment begins to break down, not burning, not shattering, dissolving, atom by atom, soul by soul, memory by memory. Tom Riddle's first kill, his discovery of Horcruxes, his hatred of his Muggle father, his fear of death, all of it dissolving, becoming pure energy. The fragment fights until the end, trying to reform, to resist, but alchemy is patient, inexorable, irresistible. After 10 minutes, the fragment is gone, completely. The energy releases, flows out through the circle, into the ley lines beneath the estate. The universe reclaims it. Tom Riddle's first Horcrux. The accidental one, unmade. The aftermath, Harry collapses. Hermione catches him, lowers him gently to the floor. Harry, stay with me. He opens his eyes. They're clearer than she's ever seen. No shadow behind them. No hint of darkness, just green, pure green. Mia, he whispers, I'm free. The lightning bolt fades as they watch, from angry red to pale pink, then to nothing, unmarked skin, as if it never existed. Hermione touches his forehead. It's gone. Really gone. Sirius and Remus approach, Sirius kneeling beside Harry. How do you feel? Light, empty in a good way. Like I've been carrying a weight my whole life, and now it's gone. He touches his forehead, runs his fingers over smooth skin. No more headaches, no more whispers when I'm angry. No more connection to Voldemort. Just me. Nicolas smiles, tears streaming down his ancient face. 666 years old, and he's never been prouder. Welcome back, Harry. Welcome to being truly yourself. Perenelle brings a vial. Alchemical acid. To remove the scar tissue completely. Are you sure? Harry asks. It's part of my history. It's part of your trauma, she corrects. And you don't need to carry it anymore. Harry nods. She applies the acid. 1 drop. The remaining scar tissue dissolves. Painless. Perfect. Leaving absolutely no mark. Harry Flamel. Not the boy who lived. Not the chosen one. Just Harry. Free. 2 days later, Flamel Estate Library, Harry sits before a mirror, studying his unmarked forehead, still adjusting. Hermione enters, sits beside him. Strange, isn't it? After 13 years. I keep expecting to feel it, the fragment. But there's nothing, just silence. Is the silence better? Harry considers. Yes, it's peaceful. No more wondering if a thought is mine or his. No more questioning my anger. I'm just me. Hermione takes his hand. You were always you, Ash. The fragment never changed that. But now there's no doubt, no shadow. Just Harry Flamel, alchemist, brother, friend, and future transformer of the wizarding world. Harry smiles. 1 step at a time, Mia. First we finish Hogwarts, then we hunt the other Horcruxes, then we handle Voldemort, then we rebuild everything. Ambitious. We have centuries. We can afford to be thorough. January 1994, return to Hogwarts, Year 3 continues. The students notice immediately Harry's forehead. Unmarked. No lightning scar. Whispers spread. Where's the scar? Did he remove it? Can you even do that? What if he's an imposter? Dumbledore calls Harry to his office. Your scar is gone. Yes, Headmaster. We performed an extraction ritual. The Horcrux fragment has been dissolved. Dumbledore sits heavily. You removed a Horcrux from a living host. Through alchemy, yes. The separatio, separating pure from impure. With Perenelle and Hermione's assistance, I tried for years to find a way to remove it safely. You succeeded in a single night. You tried with wand magic, Headmaster. We used alchemy, different tools, different results. Dumbledore looks at him, really looks. How do you feel? Free, lighter, more myself than I've ever been. And Voldemort doesn't know yet. The connection is severed. He'll realize eventually when he summons the Horcrux and it doesn't answer. But by then we'll be ready. Dumbledore nods slowly. You're building towards something, aren't you? A confrontation with Voldemort. And dissolve. How many? 5 remain. You know their locations? We're researching. Nicolas has access to information you don't. 600 years of collective knowledge, including Voldemort's history. Where I would have failed. Harry stands. You didn't fail, Headmaster. You worked with the knowledge you had. We're just standing on your shoulders. And Nicolas's. And Perenelle's. And every alchemist who came before. That's how progress works. March 1994, Defense Against the Dark Arts. Practical lesson. Professor Lupin teaches Patronus charms. The Patronus is the most powerful defensive magic against Dementors, against despair, against darkness itself. It requires a powerfully happy memory. Now, who wants to try first? Harry raises his hand. I will, Professor. He stands, raises his staff, not his wand, closes his eyes, thinks of his happiest memory. Not his parents. He never knew them. The extraction ritual. The moment the fragment dissolved. The feeling of being free. Truly, completely free. Expecto Patronum, the Patronus erupts. Not a mist, not a partial form. A fully corporeal phoenix. Massive, brilliant, made of pure silver light. It fills the classroom, wings spreading, crying out. The sound of transformation itself. Students gasp. Step back, the phoenix circles Harry, then settles on his shoulder. Regarding the class with wise eyes, Lupin stares. That's incredible. A phoenix patronus. I've only read about them. They're the rarest form, symbolizing rebirth, transformation. It fits, doesn't it? Hermione says. Harry was reborn through the extraction ritual. The Horcrux was his death. Removing it was his rebirth. The phoenix nuzzles Harry's cheek, then dissipates, but the message is clear. Harry Potter is no longer the boy who lived. He's the boy who was reborn. Through alchemy, through knowledge, through the love of those who refuse to let darkness claim him. April 1994, letters from the Grangers. Hermione receives a letter. From her birth parents, she reads it in their warded corner. Harry beside her. Dearest Hermione, we hope you're well. Your last letter mentioned the extraction ritual. We don't fully understand, but we're glad Harry is free. We wanted to tell you we don't regret our choice. Giving you to the Flamels, you've become extraordinary, more than we could have helped you become. We're proud, so proud, and we love you, always, Mum and Dad. Hermione wipes her eyes. They understand. In their way, they gave you to Nicolas because they loved you. Just like Lily gave me to Bloodwards because she loved me. Same motivation. Which choice was better, Harry thinks. Dumbledore would say my mother's. Bloodwards. Protection through sacrifice. But I think your parents chose better. Not just survive. That's love too, maybe a harder kind. Hermione nods. We're lucky, both of us, to have people who loved us enough to make impossible choices, and to have found each other. Always Mia. Always Ash. June 1994, end of year 3. Ravenclaw wins the House Cup. Third year in a row. Harry and Hermione's perfect marks. Their revolutionary demonstrations. Their complete mastery of every subject. But more than that, they've changed Hogwarts. Students ask them questions about alchemy, about wandless magic, about the foundation beneath modern magic. Some are frightened, some are inspired. All are changed. Dumbledore announces, next year, we will offer an elective, Introduction to Alchemical Theory, taught by Professors Flamel. Harry and Hermione Potter Flamel will assist. The hall erupts. Cheering, shock, excitement. Harry and Hermione exchange glances. We're teaching now, apparently. Are we ready? We've been ready since we were 10. Then let's show them what alchemy really is. Summer 1994. Flamel Estate, teacher preparation. Nicolas sits with Harry and Hermione. In the library, planning the curriculum. You can't teach them everything, Nicolas says. They don't have the foundation, or the elixir. So what can we teach? Hermione asks. Theory, history, philosophy, the mindset of alchemy, the understanding. So we teach them to think like alchemists, even if they never perform transmutation exactly. Most wizards will never master alchemy, but if they understand its principles, they'll be better wizards. Less rigid, more creative, more aware of possibilities. They spend 3 weeks designing lessons. Week 1, History of Magic Before Wands. Week 2, the difference between transformation and transmutation. Week 3, the 7 stages of alchemical thinking. Week 4, practical demonstration, transmuting lead to gold. Week 5, ethics of permanent change. Week 6, the Philosopher's Stone, truth versus legend. This is good, Hermione says. Comprehensive but accessible. Some will, others won't. That's fine. We're planting seeds, some will grow, others won't. But we're trying. That's what matters. You sound like me 600 years ago. When I first tried to teach alchemy, most thought I was insane or dangerous, and a few learned, and their descendants changed the world. That's what you're doing now, changing the world, one student at a time. July 1994. Letters from Hogwarts, 2 letters arrive. Official, sealed with the Hogwarts crest. Harry and Hermione open them. Read. Both say the same thing. Dear Mr. Potter Flamel, Miss Granger Flamel, you have been appointed junior teaching assistants for the new elective, Introduction to Alchemical Theory. Your duties include lecture assistance, practical demonstrations, office hours for student questions, and grading theoretical essays. This position carries a small stipend and counts toward your mastery application, should you choose to pursue formal credentials after graduation. Congratulations on this honor. Professor Albus Dumbledore, Headmaster. Hermione laughs. Mastery application, as if we need formal credentials. We'll use the system to change it from within, just like we planned. The long game, always the long game. August 1994. Gringotts checking the Malfoy seizure. They visit Gringotts to verify the Malfoy assets were properly distributed. Ragnok meets them. Lord and Lady Flamel, heirs. Welcome. Ragnok grins, showing teeth. Goblins love justice, especially when it involves humiliating wizards. Perfectly executed, 47 million galleons seized. Distributed to war victims, Death Eater attack survivors, orphans. The Malfoy Manor is now property of the Ministry, being converted into a memorial for the First War. Lucius Malfoy himself, Cell 47, Azkaban, high security, no visitors. No luxuries. He's experiencing what Sirius experienced for 12 years. Poetic justice. Harry nods. Good. What about Draco Malfoy? The son. Currently with his mother Narcissa. She was cleared of charges, living in a modest flat in Diagon Alley. On a ministry stipend, Draco has been humbled by his father's fall. Hermione considers. Keep an eye on him. He could go two ways. Resentful and dangerous, or reformed and useful. We'll see which path he chooses. August 27th, 1994. Last week before Year 4, Harry and Hermione sit in the estate gardens. Under the Tree of Life, its branches humming with power. Year 4, Harry says, we'll be teaching, demonstrating alchemy to students who've never seen it. Some will think we're showing off. We know the truth, which is that we're trying to give them something better. A foundation beneath their wand-waving. Hermione leans against the tree. Do you ever wonder what we'll do after Hogwarts? After we graduate at 17, we'll have centuries ahead of us. Harry thinks, we'll finish what Nicolas started. Hunt the Horcruxes, defeat Voldemort permanently, then rebuild. Magical education, integration with muggles, curing diseases, maybe even sharing the elixir. With the worthy, selectively, those who use eternity for good. Like Nicolas chose us, exactly. They sit in comfortable silence, the sun setting over the estate, casting golden light across the gardens. The ley lines pulse beneath them, the Philosopher's Stone sings in the distance, and two children who mastered death plan how to help the world do the same. September 1994, Hogwarts Year 4. The announcement, the Great Hall is packed. Students from 3 schools, Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, Durmstrang. At the front, the Goblet of Fire, blue flames dancing, ancient magic, powerful, binding. Dumbledore stands. The Triwizard Tournament returns after a century. Champions will be selected by the goblet. But there is an age restriction, 17 and older. He draws a line around the goblet. Golden light, age detection enchantment. No one under 17 may cross this line. Students grumble. The Weasley twins try. Aging potion, cross the line. The goblet spits them out. White beards. Laughter. Failure. Harry and Hermione watch from the Ravenclaw table. The age line detects biological age, Hermione says. Not chronological. And? We've been drinking the elixir for 13 years. Our cells are in perfect stasis. Biologically, we're indeterminate. The line won't stop us. Harry considers. Should we enter? It'll demonstrate alchemical superiority. And it'll be educational. They approach the goblet. The crowd watches. Whispering. They're only 14. The age line will stop them. Harry and Hermione step through. The line doesn't react. Doesn't even flicker. They're neither too young nor too old. Biologically perfect. Ageless. They submit one parchment together. Harry Potter Flamel and Hermione Granger Flamel. Sovereign Unit Flamel Academy. Return to their table. The hall buzzes. Dumbledore frowns, but says nothing. October 31st, 1994, the selection. The goblet erupts, spits names. The Durmstrang champion, Victor Crumb. Applause. Cheers, the Beauxbatons champion, Fleur de Lacour. More applause. The Hogwarts champion, Cedric Diggory. Then, the goblet flares again, unexpected, irregular, spits a fourth parchment. Dumbledore catches it, reads. His face goes pale. Harry Potter Flamel and Hermione Granger Flamel. Then chaos. They're 14. They cheated. This is outrageous. Harry and Hermione stand, walk to the front. Calm, unbothered. The other champions stare. Karkaroff protests. This is irregular. They're children. The goblet is a binding magical contract. It accepted my heirs. Are you suggesting they're unworthy? I'm suggesting they're too young. They crossed the age line, which your institution designed. Clearly they meet the requirements. Dumbledore intervenes. The goblet has spoken. They must compete. However irregular the circumstances, he looks at Harry and Hermione. Do you understand the danger? We've dissolved Horcruxes, Headmaster, Hermione says. We've cured a 1,000-year-old basilisk. We can handle a tournament, 1994 first task, the dragon, the arena is vast, rocky terrain, enchanted to withstand. 4 dragons, 4 golden eggs. Each champion must retrieve their egg. Fleur goes first. Charm, illusion, success. Crumb second, brute force, conjunctivitis curse. Cedric third, transfiguration, distraction, success, then Harry and Hermione. They enter together, sovereign unit, both competing as one. The Hungarian horntail waits. 60 feet of muscle and fire, black scales, bronze horns, yellow eyes. The most dangerous breed. It breathes fire immediately. A wall of flame rushing toward them. They raise their staves, speak in unison, the language of the universe. The fire transmutes, mid-flight, becomes water, drenching them harmlessly. The crowd gasps. The dragon pauses. Confused, Hermione steps forward, not speaking English, speaking the universal language of life. Not parcel tongue, something deeper, the language all living things understand. You're in pain. Your eggs, you fear for them. The dragon's eyes widen. How does this small creature know? Harry approaches the nest. The dragon tenses, but Harry uses alchemy, strengthens the eggshells, calcium reinforcement, molecular bonding. The mother dragon feels it. Her baby's safer now. She relaxes, lowers her head. Harry walks to the golden egg, picks it up. Thank you for trusting us. The dragon nuzzles him, gentle, grateful. They walk out of the arena. 3 minutes total, not a spell cast, not a fight fought, just understanding. The judges confer. Bagman announces, perfect marks, all 10s, except Karkaroff's 9. The crowd erupts, but it's not celebration, it's shock. These children didn't fight the dragon, they befriended it. February 1995, second task. The lake is dark, cold, deep, hostages underwater. For Harry and Hermione, Ron Weasley, Dumbledore's choice, trying to create emotional bonds. It won't work. They don't care about Ron. Polite acquaintances at best, but they'll save him anyway, because it's right. The whistle blows. Fleur uses bubblehead charm, Crumb partial transfiguration, Cedric gillyweed, Harry and Hermione dive. No spells, no potions, no aids. Pure alchemy, they transmute their lungs. Temporarily, extracting oxygen from water molecules. Like fish, like amphibians, breathing liquid as easily as air. They swim deeper than anyone, faster than anyone. Reach the merpeople village, the chieftain blocks them, trident raised. 1 hostage only. The rules, we respect your sovereignty, Hermione says. Her voice carries underwater. Alchemical resonance. But these people were taken without consent. We're taking all of them. And you'll be compensated for the insult to your territory. She gestures. Lake stones transmute to gold. 12 ingots, pure, flawless. The chieftain's eyes widen. You can create gold? We're alchemists. We can create anything. The chieftain accepts. They rescue everyone. Ron, Cho, Gabrielle, Victor's friend. All 4 hostages surface together. The crowd goes wild. Dumbledore stands. They've rescued all the hostages. This is unprecedented. Bagman, full marks for moral fiber and speed. 15 minutes. The other champions haven't even surfaced yet. June 1995, third task, the maze. The maze towers. 20-foot hedges. Magical, shifting, dangerous. Obstacles inside. Sphinx, boggart, blast-ended scroot, acromantula. The Triwizard Cup at the center. First to touch it wins. The champions enter. Harry and Hermione together, the hedges close behind them. They don't rush, don't panic, just walk. Hermione uses alchemical detection, senses the maze's structure, its intent, its design. The cup is northwest, 600 meters. It speaks, answer my riddle or turn back. Hermione answers before it finishes. First, think of the person who lives in disguise. Next, tell me what's always the last thing to mend, the middle of middle and end of the end. Give me the sound often heard during the search for a hard-to-find word. Now string them together and answer me this. Which creature would you be unwilling to kiss? Spider, Harry says. Spider. The Sphinx nods. Correct. Pass. The boggart next. It transforms. Becomes Nicolas and Perenelle. Dead. Dissolved. Gone forever. Their greatest fear, losing the only family they've ever known. But Nicolas taught them to master fear. Harry speaks. You're not real, just a reflection of anxiety, even for near immortals. The boggart dissipates. Can't frighten those who've accepted their fears. The acromantula attacks. Giant spider, venomous, aggressive. Hermione transmutes its web to flowers. Mid-attack, the spider stumbles, confused, retreats. They reach the cup, glowing, golden, beautiful. Harry senses it. It's a portkey. Someone tampered with it. I know. Let's see where it leads. They touch it together. Little Hangleton graveyard. The trap. The portkey activates. They're pulled away, spinning through space. Land in a graveyard, old, dark, ominous. Tombstones everywhere. Tom Riddle Sr., Voldemort's father. A cauldron bubbles nearby. Potion, dark, glowing green. Wormtail emerges. Peter Pettigrew escaped from ministry custody months ago. Welcome, he squeaks. The Dark Lord has waited. Just watch. Analytical. Detached. Pettigrew performs the ritual. Bone of the father unwillingly given. Flesh of the servant willingly sacrificed. He cuts off his hand. Screaming, it falls into the potion. Blood of the enemy forcibly taken. He approaches Harry. Silver knife raised. Harry doesn't resist. Lets Pettigrew cut his arm. Blood drips into the cauldron. The potion explodes. Steam. Light. Transformation. A figure rises. Voldemort. Reborn. Corporeal. Pale. Noseless. Serpentine. Red eyes. Thin, inhuman. But alive, he steps from the cauldron. Examines his new body. Wormtail. My wand. Harry Potter, we meet again. Tom Riddle, Harry says. Calm. I am Lord Voldemort, a half-blood who hates his muggle father, and you've made 7 Horcruxes trying to escape death. Voldemort's eyes narrow. You know about my Horcruxes? We've already destroyed 2. Your diary and the fragment in my scar. The fragment is mine you carry. Past tense. We extracted it in December. Soul distillation ritual. Alchemical separation. You have no hold over me, Tom. The shared power. Nothing. Completely severed. Impossible. The connection is unbreakable, not by your magic, but alchemy transcends wand magic. We unmade your Horcrux, and will unmake the others, Voldemort snarls. Raises his wand. Then I'll kill you both, right now. Avada Kedavra. Green light. Death itself. Harry and Hermione raise their staves. Create an alchemical barrier. Pure light. Solid as steel. The killing curse hits. Dissipates. Harmless. Voldemort stares. That's impossible. You use wand magic to kill, Hermione says. We use alchemy to transform. Ours is elegant. We don't need to kill you, Tom. We just need to outlast you. Harry adds, we're immortal, the elixir of life since infancy. You're mortal now. Your Horcruxes are failing. Time is on our side, not yours. Voldemort tries again. Crucio, Imperio, Fiend Fire. Every curse he knows. The alchemical barrier stops them all. Finally, he realizes. He can't win this fight. Not here. Not now. This isn't over, Potter. No, but you've already lost. You split your soul 7 times for immortality. We mastered the elixir. We didn't destroy ourselves. You're a cautionary tale, Tom. Nothing more. Voldemort disappears. Gone. Harry and Hermione lower their staves. Pick up the cup. Activate the portkey. Return to Hogwarts. Hogwarts, the aftermath. They appear at the maze entrance. The crowd erupts. Champions returning. Dumbledore rushes forward. What happened? You were gone for... Voldemort is back, Harry says loud, clear. He used the tournament to trap us. Forced resurrection ritual. Alchemical barriers stopped everything. The crowd goes silent. Then pandemonium. Denial. Fear. Accusations. Fudge pushes forward. This is absurd. You know who is dead. He's corporeal, Minister, in a graveyard in Little Hangleton. You're lying. Seeking attention, Hermione raises her staff. Then we'll testify under Veritaserum. Voluntarily? Will you accept the truth then? Fudge hesitates. Trapped. That won't be necessary, because you know we're telling the truth, Harry says, and you're afraid. Of what it means, of what you'll have to do. But fear doesn't change reality, Minister. Voldemort is back, whether you accept it or not. Nicolas steps forward, and the Flamel family will handle this threat, with or without ministry support. Summer 1995, Flamel Estate War Preparation, Nicolas, Perenelle, Harry, Hermione, and Sirius. Planning the systematic destruction of Voldemort. We know he made 7 Horcruxes, Nicolas says. The diary, Harry's scar, both dissolved. 5 remain. What are they? Sirius asks. We're researching, but we have leads. Hermione spreads parchment on the table. Voldemort values founder artifacts, trophies of conquest, Slytherin's locket, Hufflepuff's cup, Ravenclaw's diadem, his snake Nagini, and likely something from Gryffindor. We'll find them, dissolve them. Leave him mortal. Then what? Then we don't kill him, Harry says. We unmake him alchemically, remove his magic, make him a squib. Let him live as a powerless muggle, the thing he fears most. Sirius grins. Poetic. I like it. 1995 to 1996. The Horcrux hunt. They hunt systematically, using alchemical detection, tracking dark magic signatures. The ring, found in the Gaunt shack, Marvolo Gaunt's ring. Cursed, deadly. But alchemy neutralizes the curse. They dissolve the Horcrux, no one dies. No one suffers, just clean extraction. The locket, Sirius knew about it. Creature retrieved it from the cave, years ago, hidden in Grimmauld Place. They dissolve it, the cave's protections remain. But the Horcrux is gone. The cup, Bellatrix's Gringotts vault. Nicolas uses his original charter, demands access. The goblins comply. They retrieve the cup, dissolve the Horcrux, leave the cup itself intact, return it to Hogwarts as a founder relic. The diadem, hidden in the Room of Requirement. Hermione's research pinpoints it. They find it among junk. Dissolve the Horcrux. The diadem returns to the Ravenclaw collection. Nagini, the snake, Voldemort's last Horcrux, and the hardest. She's with him constantly. They wait. Patient, calculating. Until the perfect moment, May 1997, the Battle of Hogwarts. Voldemort attacks. Death Eaters, dark creatures, chaos. But the Ministry is ready now. Kingsley Shacklebolt leads the Auror force. Sirius commands the Order. The battle is fierce but organized. Not chaos, strategy. Then Harry and Hermione appear. On the battlements, white and gold robes glowing. Phoenix crests visible for miles. Voldemort sees them. Potter! He apparates to them. Nagini coiled around his shoulders. You've destroyed my Horcruxes. I feel them gone. I still have Nagini. And when I kill you, I'll create more. Harry speaks to the snake. In Parseltongue, the fragment in his scar is gone. But he remembers the language. Practiced it for years. Sister Serpent, you carry a piece of him. Enslaves you, makes you less than you are. We can free you. Nagini's eyes widen. Freedom. Yes. Will you trust us? The snake uncoils, slides from Voldemort's shoulders, slithers to Harry. Voldemort screams. Nagini. Return. The snake doesn't obey. Can't obey. The Horcrux is the compulsion. And she's choosing freedom over slavery. Harry and Hermione work together. Draw a transmutation circle in the air. Golden light, the circle descends around Nagini. Alchemical extraction begins. The snake convulses, but trusts them, endures. The Horcrux emerges, dark smoke. Screaming, they dissolve it, instantly. Nagini relaxes, free. She slithers away into the forbidden forest to live wild, free, herself. Voldemort stares. All of them. You've destroyed all of them. Yes, then I'm mortal. Just a man now. Aging, dying. Voldemort tries to flee. Apparate. Nothing happens. The castle wards, keyed to Flamel bloodline now. Nicolas activated them. No one can apparate without permission. Voldemort is trapped. The unmaking Nicolas Flamel steps onto the battlefield, 666 years old. Staff in hand, stone's power radiating, he approaches Voldemort. Tom Riddle, I am not. You are Tom Riddle, a half-blood from an orphanage. Who chose fear over knowledge, survival over transcendence? You could have studied alchemy, mastered the elixir. Instead, you tore your soul, destroyed your humanity. For crude immortality through murder, you are the cautionary tale I will teach for the next 1,000 years. He raises his staff, not to kill. Alchemists don't kill. To unmake, alchemical light floods Voldemort. His magic drains away. Like water through a sieve, his wand sparks, dies. His wandless abilities fade. His connection to magic severs. He becomes a squib, mortal, powerless human. Just Tom Riddle, an old man, terrified, weak. No, no, I am Lord Voldemort. I am... You're nothing, Nicolas says. Live out your natural life in Azkaban. You wanted immortality. I give you the opposite, the certainty of death. With all your remaining years to contemplate failure, Aurors take him, drag him away. No longer a Dark Lord, just a criminal, bound for a cell. The Death Eaters, seeing this, surrender, flee, scatter. Their master reduced to nothing, their cause destroyed. The battle ends, not with triumph, with silence and the knowledge that true power comes not from fear, but from understanding. June 1997, the ministry restructuring. Fudge is removed, voted out, his denial, his cowardice, his incompetence. All exposed, the Ways and Grommet votes. Abolish the minister position, establish the High Court of Sages. 7 wizards, elected by merit, not politics, not gold, merit. The first High Court, Amelia Bones, Justice, Kingsley Shacklebolt, Law Enforcement, Minerva McGonagall, Education, Andromeda Tonks, Muggle-born Integration, Phileas Flitwick, Magical Ecology, Augusta Longbottom, Victim Advocacy, Harry and Hermione refuse seats. We're 17, we'll join when we've earned it. Through service, not legacy, but they're appointed alchemical advisors, with direct access to the court and funding for research. Their mission, transform magical society, slowly, carefully, permanently. The campaign, detailed, they don't stop at restructuring. They systematically expose corruption, using Flamel's Gringotts Charter, financial audits on every ministry official. 89 officials taking bribes, documented, proven, prosecuted. The trials take 6 months. Harry and Hermione present evidence daily in the Wizengamot chamber. Cold, clinical, irrefutable. Under Secretary Umbridge, Hermione says, presenting ledgers. You received 12,000 galleons from pureblood families in exchange for blocking Muggle-born rights legislation. Do you deny this? Umbridge, no longer saccharine. Those are private donations. Donations made the same week you voted against each bill. 14 separate instances. Perfect correlation. Either you're bribed or you're incompetent. Which is it? Umbridge has no answer. She's sentenced 3 years Azkaban. Assets seized, banned from public office. Permanent. One by one they fall. The corrupt, the complicit, the cowards. Each trial broadcast, transparency statute in effect. All ministry proceedings public, recorded, archived, accessible, no more secret deals, no more hidden agendas. Everything exposed to sunlight, the legal revolution. They don't just destroy the old system, they build the new one. Transparency statute, all ministry actions recorded in public. Merit Selection Act, government positions filled by examination, not appointment. Muggle-born protection law, Full legal equality, enforced. No exceptions. Creature rights charter, house elves, goblins, centaurs recognized as sentient beings with rights. Educational reform initiative, Hogwarts curriculum updated, alchemy introduced, wandless magic taught. Each law takes years. Debate, revision, implementation. But Harry and Hermione have time. Immortality means patience. They can afford the long game. 1998, the first reforms. Hogwarts reopens. Defense against the dark arts now includes actual dark arts study, controlled, supervised, understanding over ignorance. Alchemy, introduction course for all students. Advanced track for the gifted. Muggle studies, now taught by Muggleborns. Real information, not condescension. Wandless magic, optional elective. Harry and Hermione teach it personally. The first class has 30 students. By the second year, 120. By the fifth year, mandatory for 6th and 7th years. The wizarding world transforms, slowly but permanently. 1999, the Creature Rights Summit Gringotts hosts. Unprecedented. Wizards, goblins, house elves, centaurs, merpeople, even a giant delegation. Harry and Hermione moderate. We're here to establish equality, Harry says. Not wizard supremacy, not goblin independence. Equality. The goblins resist. We've been oppressed for centuries. Why should we trust wizards now? Hermione responds. Because we're offering what you've never had. Legal standing and representation in the Wisengamot, control over your own affairs, enforced by alchemical gold. Impossible to break, impossible to ignore. The Creature Rights Charter, drafted over 6 months, with input from every species. Article 1, all sentient magical beings have equal legal standing. Article 2, no being shall be enslaved, compelled, or coerced. Article 3, each species has the right to self-governance within their communities. Article 4, interspecies disputes resolved by mixed tribunals. Article 5, these rights enforced by alchemical bond. Violation results in immediate loss of magic. The last article is key. Break the charter. Lose your magic. Permanent. Irreversible. No wizard, no matter how powerful, will risk that. The goblins sign, then the centaurs, then the house elves, then everyone else. The charter is ratified, bound by the Philosopher's Stone itself, unbreakable. A new era begins. 2000, Hogwarts, Harry and Hermione graduate. Age 20, biologically 25. Perfect newts in every subject. They stand before Dumbledore, his office. Private meeting. You've completed your education, he says. What will you do now? Join the High Court as alchemical advisors, Hermione says. Advance magical knowledge, medical breakthroughs, integration with Muggles. You could do so much more. Rule, command, lead. We don't want to rule, Headmaster, Harry says. We want to teach, to guide, to help others reach further. That's what Nicolas taught us. Power isn't about control. It's about possibility. Dumbledore smiles, sad, proud, knowing. I'm old now, nearly finished. I won't live to see everything you'll build. But I'm glad, so glad, that you'll continue what I started, and do it better than I ever could. We learned from your mistakes, Headmaster, and your successes. That's all any teacher can hope for. He stands, walks to the window, looking out over Hogwarts. I made many mistakes. The greater good. Manipulation, secrets. I thought I was protecting people, but I was controlling them. You're different. You give people knowledge, then let them choose. That's true power, true leadership. He turns back. Promise me something, anything, Headmaster. Never forget that you're human, despite the elixir. Despite your power, stay human, stay humble, stay kind. That's what will make you great. We promise? Dumbledore dies 8 years later, age 160, peacefully, in his sleep. His last words to McGonagall, they'll do it, what I couldn't. Transform everything, and he's right. 2010 The Werewolf Cure, Remus Lupin volunteers. First test subject, he's 50 now. Tired of transformations, tired of fear. Isolation, pain. Are you certain this will work? He asks. Harry and Hermione stand in their laboratory, estate basement, converted to research space. We've tested it on 3 volunteers already, Hermione says. Full transformations prevented. Lunar influence nullified, but the process is intense. I don't care. I've lived with this curse for 40 years. Whatever it takes. Remus lies in a transmutation circle. Alchemical silver. Gold inlay. Powered by the Philosopher's Stone, Harry and Hermione work in perfect synchronization. The lycanthropy curse isn't biological, Hermione explains. It's magical, a corruption of the transformation ability. We're not removing the transformation, we're purifying it. Giving you control. The alchemical light floods the circle. Remus screams. The curse fights, embedded for 40 years, rooted deep in his magical signature. But alchemy is patient. They work for 6 hours, slowly separating curse from transformation, corruption from ability. Finally, the curse dissolves. Remus gasps, sits up, touches his chest. It's gone. I can't feel it anymore. The full moon is tonight, Harry says. You'll still transform, but you'll be in control. You'll retain your mind, your humanity. Like an animagus. Exactly. Controlled transformation, not forced. That night, the full moon rises. Remus transforms, but doesn't lose himself. Remains aware, rational, human, in wolf form. The curse broken, the lycanthropy cured. News spreads. Werewolves flock to the estate. Hundreds, then thousands. All seeking the cure, Harry and Hermione treat them one by one. It takes 5 years, but every werewolf in Britain is cured. Then Europe, then the world. By 2020, lycanthropy is extinct as a curse. Exists only as a controlled ability. For those who want it, 2020, the Obscurus extraction. A child, age 8. Magical, traumatized, dying. An Obscurus forming. Dark magic. Parasitic. Deadly. The parents bring her to the estate. Please. The healers say there's nothing they can do. She has weeks, maybe days. Harry kneels before the child. What's your name? Emma. Small voice. Terrified. Emma. We're going to help you. The darkness inside. We're going to remove it. Will it hurt? Yes, but you'll survive, and you'll be free. The extraction takes 12 hours, the longest they've ever performed. The Obscurus is massive, fed by years of suppressed magic, years of fear, abuse, trauma it doesn't want to leave. Fights with everything, but Harry and Hermione are relentless. They separate, extract, contain. The Obscurus dissolves. Emma collapses, but alive, her magic free, no longer corrupted. She opens her eyes. The darkness is gone. Yes, thank you, word spreads. More Obscurials found. Identified. Brought to the estate. Cured by 2030. No more Obscurials die. The condition is curable. Preventable. Another victory. To Dementor problem, the High Court summons them. The Dementors, Azkaban's guards. Spreading. We need a solution. Harry and Hermione research. 6 months. Day and night. Finally, Dementors aren't creatures. Hermione announces they're magical constructs, created by dark emotions. Fear, despair, hopelessness. They feed on happiness because they're its opposite. Can we destroy them? Kingsley asks. We can unmake them, Harry says. Return them to the emotional energy that created them. How? We'll need the Philosopher's Stone, and 6 months of preparation. The Dementor purge begins. Harry and Hermione travel to Azkaban, stand on the island surrounded by hundreds of Dementors, gliding, feeding, multiplying. They raise their staves, the Philosopher's Stone between them, speak the language of the universe, not commanding. You are constructs of despair. We offer you dissolution. Return to the universe, become pure energy, or resist, and we unmake you by force. The Dementors shriek, attack, but alchemical light floods the island, pure, warm, life-affirming the opposite of everything Dementors are. They can't resist, can't survive. One by one, they dissolve, screaming, fading, gone. After 6 hours, every Dementor in Britain is unmade. Azkaban is empty of guards. The prison reforms. New system, rehabilitation over punishment. Alchemical monitoring instead of soul draining. Humane, effective, just. 2040, The Muggle revelation the Wizengamot debates. Should we reveal ourselves to Muggles? Arguments for technology advancing. Discovery inevitable. Integration could benefit both worlds. Secrecy creates fear and misunderstanding. Arguments against witch hunts. Persecution, violence. Muggle governments might weaponize magic. Uncontrolled chaos. Harry and Hermione present their plan. Gradual revelation. Over 20 years. Start with Muggle-born families. They already know. Controlled demonstrations. Then governments. International cooperation. Finally, public announcement, but only after preparation. How do we prevent panic? By showing benefits first, Hermione says. Medical cures, energy solutions, environmental restoration, make magic clearly beneficial, not threatening. The plan is approved. Phase 1 begins. Muggle-born families officially recognized. No more obliviation, no more secrets. They're encouraged to maintain contact. Bridge both worlds. Phase 2. Scientific collaboration. Magical researchers work with Muggle scientists. Joint projects. Shared knowledge. Cancer treatments using alchemy. Climate change solutions using transfiguration. Results published. Peer-reviewed. Celebrated. Phase 3. Government contact. Selected world leaders briefed. Shown evidence. Given demonstrations. Treaties drafted. Protocols established. Phase 4. Coordinated global announcement. Magic is real, has been hidden for centuries, but now revealed, for cooperation, for progress. The reaction is mixed, fear, wonder, denial, acceptance, but the groundwork was laid, benefits demonstrated, fear managed. By 2075, the Statute of Secrecy is officially repealed. Magic is public, integrated, accepted. The world changes forever. 50 years later, Harry and Hermione are 70, biologically 30, still young, still strong. They've transformed magical society. Achievements, werewolf lycanthropy cured through alchemical transformation, obscurus safely extracted and contained, existing ones dissolved, Muggle wizard integration begun, slow reveal program, Hogwarts curriculum updated, alchemy courses standard, wandless magic taught to those with aptitude. Nicolas and Perenelle finally rest. After 670 years, they choose to stop taking the elixir, die peacefully, together, their work complete. Harry and Hermione inherit the Philosopher's Stone, become the new Flamels, guardians of alchemy, teachers to the next generation. The inheritance ceremony. They stand in the ritual chamber, the same one where Harry's Horcrux was extracted. Nicolas lies on a bed of white silk, Perenelle beside him, both ancient, both at peace. It's time, Nicolas says, voice weak but clear. We've lived 670 years, seen empires rise and fall, but you two, you'll see millennia. He reaches out. Harry takes his hand. Thank you for everything, for saving me from the Dursleys, for giving me family, purpose, knowledge. Nicolas smiles. You saved yourself, Harry, by choosing to be good, despite having every reason not to be. Perenelle takes Hermione's hand. My fierce girl, my warrior scholar. You've surpassed everything I could have taught you. Keep him grounded, keep each other honest, and never stop transforming the world. We won't, Hermione whispers. They stop taking the elixir together, their final dose given to Harry and Hermione. Continue the work, Nicolas says. Not because you must, but because you can. They close their eyes. Their breathing slows, stops, peaceful, complete. Harry and Hermione weep, not from grief, from gratitude, for 70 years of guidance, for a lifetime of love, for the legacy they now carry, the funeral the estate gardens. Hundreds attend, students they taught, lives they changed, the High Court, the Wizengamot, international delegates. Dumbledore is long gone, died in 2008. But McGonagall attends, now 120, still sharp. They were remarkable, she says to Harry. They lived longer than any wizard in history, and they used every year wisely. We'll continue what they started, Hermione says, not as replacements, as inheritors. The bodies are not buried. Alchemical dissolution, returning their atoms to the universe, as they wished, becoming part of the ley lines themselves, forever powering the magic they loved. 2100, the next century, they've trained 500 alchemists. Not all master it, but those who do change the world. Disease is rare, not extinct, but manageable. Cancer cured through cellular transmutation. Aging slowed for those who want it. Not immortality, just longer, healthier lives. Poverty reduced, alchemical gold distributed carefully. Not flooding economies, supporting them. Building infrastructure, funding education, knowledge shared. The Statute of Secrecy repealed in 2075. After decades of careful preparation, Muggles learn magic exists. Not with fear, with wonder. Integration begins. Scientific magic, magical science. Universities teach both. Researchers collaborate. Technology and magic merge. Diseases cured. Energy problems solved. Space exploration accelerated. The boundaries blur. Humanity advances. Together, Harry and Hermione watch from their estate, now 120 years old. Looking 35. We did it, Hermione says. What Nicolas dreamed. Not done yet. We have centuries more. What else is there to do? Mars, the magical properties of other planets, deep ocean alchemy, the ley lines under the seas, teaching the next generation to reach even further. She laughs. You'll never retire, will you? Neither will you. Fair point. 500 years. They're 520 years old. Looking 40, the world is transformed. Magic and technology fully integrated. Magical space stations. Alchemical terraforming. Human colonies on Mars and Europa, each powered by ley line extensions. They visit the Mars colony, stand on red soil under pink sky. Nicolas would have loved this, Harry says. He's here, in a way. They meet the colony's lead researcher, a young alchemist, age 30, trained by Harry and Hermione. Masters Flamel, welcome to New Phoenix. Impressive work, Director Chen. We've successfully transmuted Martian regolith into sustainable soil. Water is stable. In 10 years, this colony will be self-sufficient. Harry smiles. Send us your findings. We'll include them in next semester's curriculum. Every student should know this is possible, that humanity's future isn't limited to one planet. Back on Earth, in their estate, Hermione asks, do you ever think about stopping? The elixir? Yes, like Nicolas and Perenelle did. Harry considers, not yet. There's still too much to do. But someday, when we've done enough, when someone else is ready to inherit the stone, we'll choose to rest, together, always together, Ash. Always, Mia, 3000, the distant future, 1020 years old, biologically 45, still strong, still capable, but feeling the weight of centuries. Not physical, emotional. They've seen so much, empires rise, empires fall, wars fought and won and forgotten, civilizations born and transformed. They sit in their estate, the same one Nicolas built, reinforced, expanded, but fundamentally unchanged. Students still come, from Earth, from Mars, from Europa, from the generation ships heading to Alpha Centauri, all seeking knowledge. A young woman approaches. Masters Flamel, may I ask a question? Of course. Why do you still teach, after 1,000 years? Haven't you done enough? Harry and Hermione exchange glances. The question they've answered 1,000 times. But it never gets old. We don't teach because we must, Harry says. We teach because we can, and because every generation deserves the chance. To learn, to grow, to transform. Hermione adds, immortality without purpose is just existence. We chose purpose, every day, for a millennium. And we'll choose it for as long as we're able. Understanding, leaves to study. Harry and Hermione walk the gardens, the sacred geometry paths, unchanged after 1,000 years. The tree of life still stands, now enormous, ancient, powerful. Its roots extend for miles, tapping into ley lines across continents. Its branches reach the sky, glowing faintly even in daylight. It's time. Hermione says quietly. Harry knows what she means. You want to stop the elixir. Not stop, just pause for a while. We've done so much, seen so much. I think I'm tired. Harry takes her hand. Then we stop. Together. You're sure? There's still work, but we've trained enough alchemists, and if they need us, then we'll return. The elixir's effects can be reactivated. We're not dying, just resting. They return to the manor. Prepare the ritual, the great rest, the ritual chamber, the same one where everything began, where Harry's Horcrux was extracted, where Nicolas and Perenelle passed peacefully. Now it's their turn. They lie together, on a bed of white silk, the Philosopher's Stone between them. Glowing softly, their students gather, hundreds of them, from across the solar system, watching, grateful, tearful. This isn't goodbye, Harry says to them. Just see you later. Continue the work. Transform the world. Always better, Asti. Hermione adds, and remember, alchemy isn't about power. It's about understanding. Understand the universe, and you can change anything. They stop taking the elixir. Their bodies begin to age, slowly, naturally. Not dying, just resting. They'll sleep for 100 years, maybe 200, their atoms integrating with the ley lines, becoming part of the world's magic. And when they wake, they'll continue teaching, transforming, transcending, because that's what they chose 1,000 years ago, and will choose again, always. Epilogue, year 3200, Harry and Hermione wake. After 2 centuries of rest, the world has changed. Humanity has spread to 12 star systems. Magic and science are indistinguishable. Alchemy is taught in every school, from Earth to the furthest colonies. They walk through the estate. Everything is different and exactly the same. New students practice in the gardens, transmuting elements, speaking to matter, learning the language of the universe. A delegation waits, representatives from the Interstellar Council, Masters Flamel. Welcome back. What did we miss? Faster than light travel, achieved through alchemical space folding. First contact with non-human intelligence. They're curious about alchemy. And a new generation of alchemists, waiting to learn from the founders. Harry and Hermione smile, then let's get to work. Because that's what they do. What they've always done, what they'll always do. Transform, teach, transcend. Not because they must, but because they can. And because they believe that everyone deserves the chance to become more than they are. The true final scene, year 3200. The estate terrace. Sunset, Harry and Hermione stand together, watching students practice, creating light from darkness. Transmuting lead to gold, speaking to the elements in their true names, learning, growing, becoming. A child approaches, no more than 5 years old. Accidental magic already manifesting, her parents behind her. Terrified, hopeful, just like the Grangers 1,000 years ago. Harry kneels. Your daughter is special. We can help her, teach her, guide her. Would you trust us? The parents look at each other, then nod. Yes, please. Harry lifts the child. She reaches for the phoenix crest on his robes. Fascinated, unafraid. Welcome, little sage. You will learn to speak to the universe itself. Hermione smiles. The cycle continues. As it has for 12 centuries, as it will for 12 more. The immortal heirs, not rulers, not gods, teachers, who chose to live forever, not for power, for purpose, and who will continue choosing, every day, for eternity. They say immortality is a curse, Hermione says. Harry takes her hand, their fingers intertwining, as they have for 1,220 years. They don't understand. Immortality is a choice. We choose to live fully, to leave every world we touch brighter than we found it. That's not a curse, that's a gift, and we'll never stop using it. They stand together, 2 souls bound by more than time, by knowledge, by purpose, by love. The immortal heirs, masters of alchemy, guardians of the Philosopher's Stone, teachers to infinity. The sun sets, not an ending, just another cycle. Tomorrow they'll wake, and teach again, and transform again, and choose again to live, to love, to transcend, forever. The end.